Okay, I want to say hello again, everybody. Welcome. It's a nighttime. Here's a nighttime video now, and I've got Critter here. And what I want to do is a few designs for some characters because I've got some different characters I'm going to be doing. Now, recently I've been doing something. It's top secret now. What I've been doing is I've been doing some designs for characters rather than having a circle for the head and a body like this, let's say a body, and then a line for the shoulders, and then doing the torso, and then going down, like this would be down there, the spine, and then across for the hips I'm going to do a bit wider, and then going over like that, and then down for the middle bit, whatever, and then doing the legs, and like just lines for the hands. Rather than do that, okay, like for example, if I want to turn that now, I have to imagine that this shoulder line is going to be shorter, if you understand what I'm saying. Now I'll still do like a circular bit for like a circle there, sort of thing, with flatten off on the top there, and you see, rather than see that, like I'm saying, the foreshortening is what I'm saying. So put a circle there, just do like a rough circle, just to get the basic idea. You see how this shoulder line is like, if it's here, it's getting shorter each time. Like this one's facing straight on. Okay, I'll put the face here. Let's do a face. Okay, that's on the angle slightly. See, this is facing straight on. This one is like on the angle. See there. He's turning that way, and then this one is just literally there. We can't see the straight down line because he's looking this way. You see, and this shoulder line. See, you can't see it even. So the two shoulders here. This one's bigger because it's closer. That one's further away, smaller, and this one's here, right? I'll just draw the shoulders in to show you, see? They're closer because it's on the other side, you wouldn't see it, you see? That's the, more smaller, and that's like, I don't know, put a bit of body in, and the hands will be by the side, you see? And then that'll be like the waist, the hips there, see? This will be about there, you see, like that. And then this will be, it's not perfect, I'm just giving you the idea of what I'm trying to say, yeah? Knees will be about there, you got the elbows obviously, but I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is, rather than do that, I've told you before, like, you see how, like, you've got, if I draw a circle and I put a dot on this circle and it looks like two eyes or something else, if I do a cross, let's say here, rolling it around, like it's round like a sphere, you see, I wouldn't do it flat because then it would mean it's just flat or whatever, see. I'll say we're going around like this. Look at this. You can see that. You see, if I do this again, so here, and if I put that center line over there now, same height, you see, when I put a different angle here, you see, you can have the eyes looking. You can't even see them there, but they're here, see, over here. This one, oh, hang on, work it out a little bit, just somewhere on the line. You can have it just under, just over, or on the line itself. There should be a distance of an eye between the two eyes, at least, to make it the decent distance. And as I say, you see, so that'll be there going under, whatever, see. Now if you imagine that, right, so if you imagine when, we'll give him a black nose, just quickly, a black nose, okay, there, you see, okay, and you can imagine that, so smiley face, can't really see it there on the bottom, okay, you're there, see, and then just seeing a bit there, see, we're seeing the different angles, you see. If I use red, you can see that this is the front plane. Okay, that's going down there, this is right down there, and then this one we can't even see, it's there. This is here going See, everything that gets further away from us, it gets smaller. So this will be here. We've got proper perspective, you know, and we've got that. So you can imagine it's a cube as such. See, so the guy's chin will be about under there, and then the neck connected on, whatever. See, so I'm just saying that basic thing here. This is the top of the head, meaning we would see all the hair and that on the top here. On this one we'll see much less of the top because we can't really see the top. Might see the ears on the side, see, things like that. So there's the hair on the top here, you'd see. This one you wouldn't really see. So if I'm going to go there and just quickly undo these cubes if I can. Okay. Now let's imagine. Don't forget one more thing, where the ears are. So the ear would be on the side, right? So you can't really see it. All right, see it here. You might do a little bit there. If you're just going to have the ears sticking out, or the tops of the ears, maybe you might have there. About like that. Looking down, see that they were on the side there. There, see, and you're still imagining that this is a side plane. So excuse me, like a side plane, you see, like that, and then this is the bottom, so it's a cube, you see. That's the basic point that I'm trying to say to you. This one is less, this one's really more turn. You can see how the cubes turn, and this one is just totally like that. We can't see any of the sides. This one, you literally following the planes of the face, can't see the sides. A little bit of that. Probably a bit too much actually, even like a bit like that, you know, something like that. This one, see, you just learn to see in 3D basically, see, like that, and it works the same for all the parts of the body. Okay, now let's just explain that again then in something here. So it's understanding that cube basically, that cube. Please excuse me for these terrible, horrible advertisements that keep popping up on the screen. That's kind of sick as fuck. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. But let's just have this here, as I say. Let's imagine, okay, we've got a circle and another circle behind it. Can you see that this is overlapping that? Because it's on top. Now let's do the same thing again. Big one here, and now like this. Can you see this is overlapping that? And how about like this? This is the same, but it's like overlapping even more. You see? It's overlapping even more. Okay. Now, are they flat circles or are they balls or what? I don't know. So let's imagine, okay, we've got a circle here and a circle here. It's a small circle and that's a big circle, but it doesn't matter what size they are, you see. And you know, I can have another one here, another circle here, and another circle here. We can have like a circle. If it's like that, it's like stuck into the circle. But let's just have it on the side. Let's just have it like just there. Okay. We can have it here and like that, meaning it's on the other side. So yeah, if it's like, if it is like that, it means it's on the other side, basically. And another one here, and have it about there. And we'll have another one here, and we'll have it about there. Okay. Now it's a circle, but let's imagine we can change. Okay, let's imagine now. Let's first. I'm going to explain the 3D part. So a cross, like it's round. You can remember it's round. So this is a face, but these are the two eyes, right? But you can imagine we can change that into another angle. You could be looking this way, or we could be looking up, whatever, you see. And then the body, this could be representing a body. It doesn't have to be a circle. So you just imagine, okay. And you put 2 arms and 2 legs, right? See, but the thing is, this one we can't really see, you know, at the face. Maybe he's looking this way and we're looking down on him. Now we're not going to say someone's going to be so fat like this. I might change it so I could just do that shoulders and 2 feet. Can you imagine different things? Let's just say this is here, okay? Let's just say the face is looking at us no matter what direction. Okay, this one, I guess. So this is there. This is about there. The face is like looking in, so we can see the face anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. Now that could be there, and the same for the body. So the body could be here. This could be here, and that could be the front of the body, that middle line, or the spine. It could have been at the guy's back. So the arm's going to be on this side, and the other arm we can't see. It's on the other side. Let me show you again. This is the arm. The other side arm is on the other side, so we can't really see it. It's just, we can just see it coming out here maybe, or just from here. You see? Same for this one. The arm might be here. The other one we can't really see. It's behind this, and there's a line down the middle of the body, and the centre of the body is about there because it's right down there. You can see the guy's feet maybe. See? So let's imagine now. So we're understanding this is like a ball, or it can be changed to any shape. Let's imagine now this is a cube. See? This is a cube. Let's just break this ball in this circle, because it looks like a circle, right? This is looking down, so we can't see it. We're just looking down, okay? Now, this, let's see, let me show you this one. I'm going to change the angle. For this one, we have it the same angle. We have the same angle for the 2 squares. This one for the cubes, the small one and the big one. But this one I'm going to change it, okay? I'm going to do this. Look here, look. Look at my angle of this cube. Sorry, let me make it the right size. Here, okay? Now this one I could actually change it, like I could have it like that. You see? Because I can imagine this in any angle I want, because it's just a circle. So I can have it like this. Now look again, okay, have a look again at this bottom big square. Okay, can you see that? Now we're going to change it. I'm going to change it to something different. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, and I may just go like that. You know, we can set another angle, you see, or let's go about there. Okay, sorry, yeah, or maybe even another way like that. Let's go about there. It's behind this, don't forget. Okay, about there. And we can do this with all of these, okay, any of them. See, this is here, this one's behind, so we just can see that much. Okay, this is on the side, so we can only see one side. This one may be not on the side, maybe this one's like this, and we just see that, you know. Maybe this one is here, like this. Okay. And this one just normal. This one is the same as this one basically. And this one you could just maybe just see the bit of the side and the back, and then maybe let me think about this. It could be any angle you want really, but we have to remember the angle. So let's just do it roughly. You can do a rough one. Okay, there. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could have another thing. Let's imagine I have a line coming off and another cube on the end in any way I want, you see. So I can do that. I can do that as well, see. So you understand all that, okay? And the thing is, what you can do is you really can you can basically change the shape of these now. So let's imagine I make this a head, you know, and the guy's eyes are there, and the guy's arm is on one side, you see, in his body. I don't need to follow that exactly, I can just go outside of that. See, I can just imagine another way. See, I can just imagine this here, just change the shape within that. You just imagine, see, I can imagine it, do his arm there, see, and then imagine where the line, I just imagine anywhere, just use this as a guide basically. So let me just show you what I would do usually. So let's just get rid of that quickly. Do a circle very quickly here. I do a circle here. See? Do that. So what I'm going to do is a couple of circles. I would imagine where the arm's going to be. No, first of all, the position of the head is very important. The position of the head, right? So you've got this here, and we've got this there, you know, and the line's gone straight through it. So if I erase the line here, you can see this one is on top of that one. But if I erase this one, then you can see this one is behind this one. And this is like, I don't know, you can imagine, let's imagine the guy's got like, this is his hair, and he's got a backpack on, excuse me, and you know, there's this guy's arms are here. I put this down, you know, and you know what I mean, and then we're looking kind of up. You just change the angle, you know. So I could have it like this. I could have a character here. You know, this is the guy's shoulder. This is his eye. It's not the best example, but I'm just saying. You just imagine where these shapes are. What I'm saying is, you don't have to use circles. Is what I'm trying to say. You can go. It's not the best drawings I'm giving you, but I could do this and do like any shapes. I can do that, and then just imagine if the shoulders here, legs there, or this is front on, or this is there, maybe the other arm's here, maybe the guy's bending down, he's going to hold something, this guy's holding two things, this guy's holding that, you know. And I go on another layer, you see, and I can just go and do whatever the hell I want to do. So I can go, you've got two eyes here, he's got an arm, he's holding a you know, whatever it is, this guy's holding two of those cases. This guy's happy because he's got a holiday. Now he can go for his holiday, let's say. See? Yeah, okay, you know. And this one's gonna lift up this big heavy case, let's say there. You know. Maybe he's a thief, I don't know. You know, and there, and you're trying to like lift it. It's very, very heavy to lift it. Like, oh, you know, and you can like make it on his side a bit like cubes again. See, so I can have some 3D-ness about it if I want. See again, and you just imagine where all of those lines are. As I say, this is the middle part. This is here. See, this is there. This is the side on, this is the front, this is that, and see, and that, see, so it's all the same basically what we're doing. It's like we've got this and this, you know, it's the same thing, right, basically. You know, this one's more or less the same, just like that. This one's on the side, you see that's like that. This one's there, he's kind of turned on the side a little bit. This one's like that, see, and that's what we got, these three people, see, and this one here, okay, and that's what we got, eh? So if you say that, it's not too hard, you just understand the positions. I'm thinking if you want to do very, very cartoony characters, you could do any shape ahead, and you can imagine where the front is. See, even here, and I'm just trying to do anything now. This could be here, and maybe this is not to say we're looking at the direction. Maybe this is to say that the head is really this shape, you know. So the nose could be here, you know, it could be really like this, you know, I don't know, depends, you know. This guy is here, and maybe this character really looks like this, you know. You know, and you could really understand. Just put a couple of eyes on them with glasses, put a big beard if you wanna, maybe you're some old man in a hat, and you can get, you know, clever and do your people, you know, have been different positions, you know. It's a monkey, this one. And you can just try to picture the shapes, okay, is what I'm trying to say. I want to get a nice cup of tea in a moment. Oh yeah. But you know, I'm just saying, okay. So understanding where from this circle, from this sphere, or this shape, whether it's long or whatever it's going to be, or whether it's kind of cube-like, get my drift, okay. See, you can imagine, you might not draw this in, you see, or whether it's like this and then this, see, could be someone's fat belly, if you understand what I'm saying, see. You'd start to understand where the arms and legs are coming out from. Maybe their head's here, and we're looking down on this guy, and we just make the body a certain angle. You don't have to follow the circle, but you start off with that perspective, or you might want to keep the perspective, it depends. And you just imagine, like this one's tall, so I imagine this is looking upright, but we can imagine if the arms on the side, the arms are on the sides, or the arms here, the other arms on the other side so we can't see it. Put the head in here, and I can keep his body fat like this, or I can make his body like more slim. We're just following the line, but you got that perspective straight away, you see. Okay, now I've got that angle. The same for this type of thing as well. See, I can imagine, I can put my arms, I can imagine his arms more spherical, more rounded as well, so, or big arms if I want to. See, I could put the collars here, I can imagine it cube-like, not making it a cube, but you know, and then put the head on the top. See, get rid of that. You know, if I was to get rid of the you know, the cube, then you'd really see the art, but I can't do that in this video. They're joined into the bottom of the cube. This one again here, see, I could do anything. I could have a small head up here, or a big head, or whatever it's going to be. Arms coming off the shoulders, there. This on the other side, so we can't see that. You know, this could be some kind of long coat or something, you see. And then put a couple of legs there. You know, and then that'll be that. I hate people that do stupid laughs. You know, and then you go, I don't hate anybody really, I'm just saying. Okay, let's go in there, okay. I'm gonna go there. I don't hate anybody who's a good person. I'll say that, you know. You see the idea, so you wouldn't need, you know, this black part, you wouldn't need the actual shape itself, you see, but you're using it as a reference. Please excuse me there. Sorry about these advertisements, they piss me off as well. But you see what I mean? And you get rid of that. So, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to teach yourself how to see things in a 3D type perspective, okay? And yeah, basically that's what we're basically trying to do. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to I'm going to stop this particular video, okay, and say, just remember, you know, you can practice all these different shapes, okay. Let me show you very quickly. If I was to do a cube shape like this, okay, I understand the top bit of it is right here, that's the center, this is this, that's that, and within that I could have any shape. So let me just do it again, another one. I'll do another, all in the same colour, I know, but whatever, okay. Do this, okay, that's there, you know, and it's not perfect, but inside that I can have anything. So this could be an aeroplane, or something, you know. It could be, let's say, a car. I don't like aeroplanes, so let's say a car, okay. On the cars there, trying to imagine it. You've got to practice trying to draw things in 3D, obviously, you know. And then your shapes there, okay. So your car is there, you see. This one as well, same thing. So I see in the top part of this, the front part of the window. It's as I say, it's the things closer to us are bigger, you know. Can't really see under the wheels there. The wheels are about there. It's not perfect, my picture here, but you understand, right, what I'm doing. So okay, so you get the idea. It's not perfect, but I'm just showing you, okay? So then what you do is you understand certain things, okay? So if I've got some kind of shape, you know, whatever it's going to be, some kind of shape, you know, you understand everything. Please excuse me. Everything has its own 3D shape. So let's imagine this now from another angle. So if I'm going to do this is here. So what is this shape? It's more like a L kind of shape. Let's do that same shape again, if it will allow me, from a different angle. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm trying to imagine this from a different shape now. About there maybe. And right or wrong, hang on. So that'll be about sticking there, see? So now we're only seeing the top part. So which is from here, see? This is here. Oh, hang on. The middle will be about there. You know, and yeah. So the blue part, which would be about, let's say this one here, see? And let's say these two. If you can see what I'm doing, okay? So let's have a look at those blue ones, okay? Look at the blue ones, guys. You see, this is this one, and this one is here. See? But the other one, this one, we can't see, because see, it's on the other side. So you start to learn the shapes of everything. So let's imagine got some helicopter or something, okay? Or some kind of ship, okay? Let's imagine some kind of UFO then. Let's just make it a UFO, okay? You see? I don't know what this is, okay, but you can see this is the top of this. It's kind of rounded. I've given it a round shape. This one's maybe very straight. This is round, obviously, and have a line on the front as well, maybe here, or even on the side there as well, this sphere, you see. And so you'd imagine if you were to take all of these pieces off, like this wing, you could have like that, it could be there, or it could be there, or it could be what, like that. I don't know, different angles of it, so you just see different angles. So if you've got a card, a flat piece of card, this could be anyway, it could be a door. On this side you can't really see nothing of it, see? So let's say this is a door opening, so there's the handle. Okay, this time you can't see that, see? And let's say behind the door it's dark, right? So you can't see here, but it's a blue room inside there. So the door's opening, and you can see the blue room inside. This one you can see the whole room there. See, the door's open now. Okay, and there's a yellow, some kind of yellow shape, some kind of yellow ball here behind the door, and now we can see the whole thing. See, like there. And there, more or less, see? Okay. I'll zoom in, you see what I'm saying, see? Okay, and then you're getting all the different shapes. So this main one here, if I was to do this main body of the ship, you see from the top now, this is like this. Got these two wings. We can see a little bit of the windows maybe there. This part, see the circles for the windows. This, see, and you know, you've got these parts here. You know, and this is on top, and that's all we can see. We can't even see the side part because this would be so thin. This part here, so thin. You know, from the top, we're looking at the top part. So there, so. And here's the ship. It's just literally turned over. See, I was going to do it from another angle. If I was going to do this from another angle, I'll do it like that. Let's see here. The windows are about there, and this part, see, the wings are there, and we're looking up at it, sort of thing. You see, we're looking up at it now as it's flying off into the sky. Can't see that's behind there. That one is. You know, so this is the under part of it. Is it underneath? You see, you can see the shadow here is making, and it's shooting up into the sky, flying away. You see, look at all the design. You see, if I imagine that in a blue sort of colour just below there, and this is the blue area, see, under there. See, and this is, we've got another colour here just for the sake of it. Orange on the top. Orange on the top there, see, and you can't see it on this one because it's right on the top, see, right there. You know, so you don't have to have these cross lines across it like I'm having here, like this. You don't have to have those. I'm just showing you, you know, just give you the idea of where the centre of these things are. You could break it up into more pieces, like 6 rather than 4. They sometimes do that with faces and stuff, you know. Like, I'll show you just quickly what I mean. They do things like, sometimes with faces, like you might have a cube type head. I'll just do like that, and on the front you might have like 3 rather than just the 2. So 3 like that, so 6 here, see. And it depends how you want to do it. You might have the eyes here, the nose there, the mouth there. You might want to have the eyes on there, or the eyes underneath it, or smaller eyes. It depends. A nose that goes to there, or a nose that takes up the whole thing. It depends on you. And the mouth usually just in the middle there. The same with this part here. But then you might say, okay, so the ear is here. But then you might say, okay, why not have 9 pieces, and you can have the ear here, you know. And you might say, well, why is it that the mouth doesn't have a guideline? It's just like got 6 pieces. And why is it that the nose is between those? And you might go crazy. You might say, okay, then why don't I have a line here? You've got to have one in between anyway for the nose, right? You might as well do this, break it all up like crazy. See that one for the nose here, and then another for the mouth. But then the mouth's not going to be right in here, is it? You're going to depend. So you get a mouth in here, a nose there, and eyes there. You see, or you may say the eyes are going to be here, the nose is going to be here, and the mouth we don't want to have right here. We want to have the mouth longer, so why bother having these lines, you might say. See, you might say, why should we have these lines? Which is true, you might say, but you might say, I'm saying, not somebody else, but you might say, it might be here. But then you say, well, it's not the whole space, why don't I have 2 lines down here to show that? However you do the guidelines is up to you. You might have another line here and put the eyebrows in. You can put as many guidelines as you want, in my opinion. You might just have it like that. This is for a bit of a chin there. Or you might just not have that. Or you might say, you know, you keep that, but not have it as this whole thing. You might have a one here and one here, see, and then have the mouth in here. And all this stuff, so as I say, a line down here, a line down here. The eyes are about here. The ear's going to be about where the eyes are. The ears usually line up where the eyes are. That's the usual thing. Okay, so if you've got a circle, just basic sphere, you've got the eyes on there, and then on the other side, and it's got to be like directly cubical, about like that. Okay, so you imagine it's on the side with an ear there. Okay. Usually, okay, the ear on the side, and the same for the other side too. Nose you'd put a bit lower, and you say, well, there's no space for the mouth, and that's why usually when they do a circle for the head, it's usually like that, but there's like a pointy bit for the chin, and it goes out for this here. I'll show you, like, it goes down here for the chin, comes out a little bit for the cheekbone, and we're in where the eyes go, and out again. So got this indentation, you see, where the chin goes here and in here, and it comes up to the side and comes up for the jaw straight by the ear. So the ear's about here, this bone goes here, there's a line down the center of the face here, this goes around here till you see where it comes in here a little bit, and the eyes are about here. And remember, like I said, for the eyes there's always a distance between them of about an eye's width, okay? And there's a little bit of space here before you get to the ears. It's not like directly, unless you're doing a very cartoony character, which you could do, you know, but it depends on you, okay? Just covering a few more things before we go. So that's there, the nose would be about there, okay, looking at where I'm putting that nose, guys, here, and the mouth would be about in here. So you wouldn't have a complete circle, you see, it'd be about like this, you see, and there'd be a chin that goes into a point about there, you see, and that's what we usually do. So you'd have the eyes about there when you're doing your characters. And eyes as well, like when you've got an eye here, let's do a basic eye. On the side it's usually like this kind of a shape, on the front it's usually this kind of a shape. Whatever eye you're doing, you could be doing a manga type eye or whatever you're doing, you know, it's the same sort of thing though. You see, you do like that on the side or whatever. You do different kinds of eyes, you can do it like this, you know, I'm just saying, you know, you want to have it like more on the side, like less showing, it's more longer from the front, is what I'm saying. Front, side, 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 front, side, and it, like the same way the things turn, you know, the same as if someone's got a face where, you know, they've got a big nose like that and a big forehead and a you know, from the side, and from the front you're not going to see that, are you? It's been a big nose here, big forehead, with a big chin, and that's this guy with a different face expression. Okay, if you're taking note of that, let's go back now. What I was saying, to what I was saying, yeah. So got this cube. What am I cover? I've got to cover, yeah, the line of the ear also. Okay, the line of the ear. So if you've got the eye here, okay, and the nose and the mouth, and you have a head, round, very round head, mind you. So the line will be about from here to the centre, right? You've got this line going down. Let's say this rough line, okay, like that. Okay. Then on the side, the ear will be about that, on the same height as the eyes. Okay, so from the side again here of our crazy clown character. Okay, that's crazy. The ear would usually be there where the eye is, or around there, but again, you know, in lines. See, but if you are doing a cartoony character, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can just put it around there. It doesn't matter for a very cartoony character. Another thing I want to say is the head circle. So you got this shape, okay. You got this middle line here. It goes down. Got the eyes, the nose here, and then by the side where the ear is, okay, on the side part, it goes down for a line where the jaw goes, and it goes down here. This point points down to the bottom part of the jaw, and this comes up. Now here, it's not completely straight. It comes slightly in where the cheek is, and then it comes back out and comes back up a little bit. It depends, more prominent on certain characters. Also, some characters have a rounded chin, some have a very pointy chin, and some may have a very big wide like type jaw anyway. So you've got to work that and the sizes and stuff, okay? Now, another thing I want to say about the head quickly is the head's like, it's got a circle. It's just have a circle there. It's got sides cut out of it. So if you imagine a circle like from the top, it's like we've cut off the two sides. So it's like that. Sorry, like that, okay? Like that, okay, from the top. Like you've got these two pieces there that have just been cut off. So if you see it from, excuse me, if you see from the other side, this one here, you see, That's basically what it is. If I draw a very, very rough skull, I'm not good at drawing skulls, but let's just draw a skull. It's going to look like a bad He-Man or something. You got the jaw there, a bit creepy. Sorry, guys. This is the back of it, and it goes in a bit too at the back of the skull. I'll show you in a minute. But we've got this area here, which is like it goes in like a flat sort of area. It goes like more slightly in. You can feel it on your own head as well. And it's the same on either side. This is not a radio speaker to blast out ghetto music, but you know, and you'll see the back of the head, as I say too, when you got this, let's say we got that from the front angle. Okay, so we got this face that goes slightly in where the eyes are, nose comes out, this goes down to the mouth here, and then the chin goes about here, the jaw comes up to about here where the ear is, in line with the eyes, and the eye is going to be on the side like that, and the hair, the hair is usually around the top of the head there, like, you know, more. You'll see that, and the back of the neck goes up into here, you see, and the chin just hooks into there. If it's a man, you can see the Adam's apple more. It goes there, bit of muscle down to the shoulder, and then you've got the shoulder and the muscles and everything in the body there. But if you look at the this area here, it goes in slightly. The back of your head, some people have it more rounded. It comes out more prominently. So you can see the back of the head is more like, you see it goes in a little bit like that, basically. If you can imagine what I'm saying. To ya. Okay, and the back of the neck goes in there, you see, and he's got this guy talking here, his jaw and his nose and his scully face and his side bit on the side of the head there. And he comes straight out of a horror movie, and the neck's coming up here into the back, see, and then as I said, the neck muscle, and it goes like this to the shoulder bits, and then you got the shoulders, actual shoulders here, and this goes down to the spine. On the back you see the backs of the shoulder blades and stuff, you know. And this guy says, great stuff guys, great stuff, you know. Even a baseball cap if you want, you know, put it on there, you know. And this is what we're doing. I want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been very useful. Just remember, okay, again, different cubes and different shapes you can use, like a body, you know, like a body. So here, there, see, I can have that there, or different like elongated, you know, parts. So this could be there. It's a transformer, you know. I could have it like that. I could have a spherical thing here, another one for the body bit, the bottom part. This is the chest, the torso. You got the guts here. You could make that a cylinder if you want to make it like a cylinder. You see, and make a cylinder in different shapes. All there. Can't see the other circle at the bottom there. It's on the other side. But I'm just saying you could have cylinders and cubes to make up the body, as I say. You wouldn't see this through that, see, because it's on top of that, and we'll just make it a sphere, I think, for this one. Just make it simple, you know. Okay, so hold on very quickly. So this is here, and this is like a sphere. That's just on top of that, attached, and you got this. Okay, you could just imagine all these pieces. You've got to get practicing with 3D and stuff, obviously, you know, just imagining, understand the foreshortening and stuff too, you know. But this is not perfect here, but I'm just imagining. Okay, if you want to do like spheres to add to the joints, like spheres and stuff for the shoulders or the elbows and stuff, you could do that as well. I'm just going to add a couple of spheres for the hands just to make it mixed up a bit, but you could do that for all of the pieces. Like, just use spheres, like basically spheres, cubes, or like change to be like rectangular or whatever kind of shapes you want, and cylinders and stuff, as I say too. You know, again here I'm going to use two cylinders, and I'm going to just well, hang on, we'll change the angle of those. Let's have it that he's sitting down. Okay. Well, let's have it that he's walking. Okay, he's going totally. I don't even know. Okay, let's just have it like he's coming towards us like that. We'll have this one even bigger. You know, and these big, massive cube feet or whatever. Okay, about there, like a transformer, right? Just giving you some crazy perspective. We're just giving you the idea. Is what I'm doing. Just erase these other areas that we don't need to see. Making sure we know where everything's covered. Okay, there. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and that's there. Hold on. There, hold on, no. There. So anything that's covering anything, basically. Can't really see that from there. That'll be about within there somewhere, so you wouldn't really see that. But let's imagine there's a sphere in there, okay, supposedly. That's there. Let's imagine there's a sphere in there. I'll just give you some basic guidelines. It's pushed well in there, but so you see that's the front of the body, the head, that's the front of the body. We could have it at the front of, this could be the front of the head, whatever, or any angle. We can have it on another angle, you know. Could have drawn it differently, but this is that. The ears here, so we'll do another cross. Just imagine. So there's here the front of them. I'm just going to do the front. Okay, let's just do the front. So the front of the body. This could be the back. This could be the spine, but we're going to do the front of the body. This is rounded. This will be about there. Now it's changed on the angle. You see. We'll do some lines to show the middles of everything. See. The top's about there. Rounded there, rounded there, boom, see. I'm just going to put lines to basically show everything, okay, all the sides. Rounded here, or most of the sides, I'll put it that way, see. Looks like a British flag robot / Scottish, I don't know, English flag, I don't know. So, you know. You see all the shape, right? I don't know, so, you know, you get the idea though, right? So you get the idea. So whenever you're drawing something, you can imagine. You see, I can imagine drawing some kind of wagon or something here. Just doing a rough sketch, or some kind of vehicle, see. I don't know, some kind of crazy vehicle. Looks like maybe a dump truck, a dust cart, you know. Take the rubbish out, you know. Something like that. And you know, you got that there, right? You got that right there. The whole thing. You start to learn to be able to draw things in 3D because you understand the dimensions, you know, literally the 3 dimension. This is on the top part, and we should see more on the top of here as well. You know, on the top, visible, see. And there you can see inside of there, maybe see the bottom, maybe there's a black bag, some rubbish bags inside of there. The windows there, see. Oh, again, don't forget the road now, he's on the road. Put that there, see, turn that one off. Oh, done the wrong one I think, but well, let's just keep that one in for now because it's still okay to use. You can imagine, see, this is the line here, so let's imagine again. See, do the bright red, okay, a line here, see, across this side, this side, this side, you know. The road would be about there, going across, you know, and you just see this would be the other side of the road going straight up. The buildings here will be on this side, You see, this vehicle would be about there. You'd have buildings there, you know, the road there, shadow underneath it, you know, it's all there. You say, oh yeah. And I was going to say also you can do shadows. Let's say to show the sides, you know, so put a shadow on this side. Just imagine there's a shadow from the side, but not so much on the top. And okay, so we can't see it on that side. The shadow's here. Right, that's not very good. Hang on. Yeah, okay. This is there, so you've got shadow. See, on certain areas. Okay, so shadow under there, shadow in there. On this side, maybe a little bit there, a little bit of that cast in the shadow on there. About here, here, and up there. Okay, about there, under there. See, just imagining where the shadow is. He's trying to imagine. So he's like really in the shadow, you see. And you can imagine where the shadows are, and you can imagine I draw some shadow on the floor as well. So you can see like really, you know, in the shadow. That's casting a shadow from that foot there as well. And maybe even his body a little bit there. I don't know. I guess then his body would have been a bit in the shadow there as well, because he's casting his own shadows on his body as well. You know, I don't know, because of his pieces, you know. And there you go. You know, his arm would be about there on the other side. And there you go. So you understand things in 3D, you see, the same way as you understand. We'll cover this more in another video, I think. But if you've got like a ball, a sphere, you know, you'd understand if it's a red. Let's just say a red ball, okay? Then without the lines included, just to show you. So let's say it's red, okay? It's going to get lighter and lighter, closer to the light source, you see. Maybe really shiny there. It gets darker, you know, the further we go over there in the other direction. So it gets darker and darker, you know. So about there, see. Maybe this area is more like very in the darkness. It may be a very steep change, and you say, well, why is it not gradually got into this level of darkness? You say because that's the area that's least, that's sharply, like, because of the angle of the light. And I think the way I've got this here, I was going to draw my shadow here on the floor, see, it's casting the shadow, but the thing is I can't even do that because the light from this, if you can see where that sparkle is, the angle, that also shows the 3D depth. So let me show you again what I mean by that. If I have my sparkle here, sorry, well, here we can see it's not a very shiny object. It is like really shiny. You can see it's hold on, hang on 1 second, guys, something's, oh yeah, okay, full opacity. If I have a there, see, that's different, see, okay. And if the light was very powerful, it'd be a very big shine. If it was a shiny thing, you know. We've got it here, a little sparkle there, okay. Okay, now, so, you know, I'm just saying, okay, so now you can use things like a spray brush as well, like to gradually show things like that, gradually, you know, like showing like gradual things, you know, very shiny closer to this edge, you see. Well, the same for darkness as well, like gradual, like, but it wouldn't be on that angle, you see. I'm just trying to say, like, you know, if the darkness was right at the bottom, let's say about here, you see, then the light would be more on the top, you see, right on the very top, is what I'm trying to say. You see, it'd be gradually getting like darker as we go down, see, as we go down, we gradually get, gradually darker. Hold on 1 second. Oh, sorry. Gradually get darker as we go further down, you see. So about like that, and then we get this strong shadow below it, you know, about there where it's like really in the dark, you know, and it'll be really shining. That'll be really shining there. See, not like that. Hold on, like this, really glowing, maybe. The top part's really shiny, you know, and you see how 3D it would look. See, so understanding the 3D, that's regardless of if you're doing painting, like a painted thing like this, or whether you're doing just sharp shadows like this, like which is called like cell shading, or you'd have it like or whether it's got a line around it like a drawing, you still can see, to whatever level of thickness you can still see how you can still see how this shading works, right? And again, remember the buildings. Again, I've got buildings over here, the front of the building. This might be the another angle there. And you said that's the wrong perspective, Richard. No, because this is some steps going up, let's say, from the side of the road. The banisters straight up there. So then all this comes together. You can have a person in the foreground, as I say, in the foreground. People are things are more larger. Okay, so if I have a tree here in front of this guy, you know, is larger. The things further away from us, a small tree, maybe he's in the forest, that's further away. You see? I'm sure you can see that, right? You know. Just turn that off for a moment. I'll show you. You see, the trees further away are much smaller because they're further away from us. See another small tree over there. Okay. A little small one here. Bigger as they come closer towards us. Same like anything. Have a person standing over there. See another person. You know. Okay, and so that's perspective again. I'm just going to say one more thing about cell shading type stuff too while I'm here. So we got like shading, like I just showed you, like shading where you've got like gradual shading, like where it gradually gets lighter and lighter. You know, the closer you get to a certain spot. Okay. See, where it gets darker and darker from one area to the other, and then you've got, it could be very dark as well. I've just done it a simple, pretty bright light there. But you could have another one which is like literally just a basic thing, like you see in characters sometimes, where it could be a colour, so very hard, you know, shading, where you just have literally, let's just have a colour here, let's have the same colour, and then a gradual, like, you know, really like that, really like, see, that'd be like more like cell shading as such they call it. If you've got a character, let's say a character, okay, it's not the best picture, but let's say I've got a character here. I'm not going to shade it like that necessarily unless it's a real good painting, and it might not have lines and stuff even if I do that, but I may go with this type of one where I'd have colours, and what I'd usually do to colour is I'll do the colours underneath the line art. It may be much better line art. I'm just giving you an example. You've seen me do this in other videos where I'll do this, I'll do the hair as well or whatever, you know. Just quickly to show you. I might not do any shading on the eyes. I'll do that on another layer. There's a reason, because it just looks strange, that's why. So the teeth I'm going to leave white as well just for this. Could have done a black. What I would usually do, for me, is I'll just do a duplicate of the layer. copy of this colour layer there, or the whole thing once it's been merged down as one. But then what I'll do is I'll go to adjust, just bring down or up the darkness of the layer, the brightness, whatever you want to call it. And then what I'll do is I'll imagine which direction the light's coming from, and I'll erase from that, following the shape. Don't make it like one big flat straight thing. It's got to follow the shape of whatever's there, and just try not to ignore things like the shape of what it is, you know. So, and what areas are still covered in shadow. The reason I didn't have the eyes in that is because I didn't want to have like a grey kind of strange shadow on the eyes. It would look weird if I made them darker. But what I would do is side of the nose here maybe. What I would do is even have it, if you think the white's a bit too bright, you can have it just slightly darker white, but just keep it one tone, as I say. So the rough thing is to show you. Sometimes what they do also is, I'll just show you this quickly, I'll merge these down quickly and then make another duplicate of that. And you've seen me do this before, I think, is when they'll have one even brighter, and be considerably brighter like that layer, and they'll just like have an edge, erase the edges to make like a highlight basically. You might not have it on all things. I'm just showing you it gives a little bit more detail on certain areas. It just sometimes works. A little highlight bit of edge, you have a darker light and then a highlight. But the thing is, like you know, you understand which direction the light's coming from and all the rest of it, you know. You know, and that's basically that really. And what you do is you'd as I say, you just erase, you'd have duplicate layers, and one would be darker than the other one, or lighter, and you'd erase the lighter one to reveal the darker one below, or you'll, in this case, erase from the darker one which is on top to erase the light below, to show where the light's coming from. You might feel more confident doing it different ways, or you might feel better to work like to show where the light's coming from or where the shadow is. It depends on you personally, I'll say that. And what I usually do is I just merge everything down once that's done. But I usually work with the colours, and then the line art layer must be on top, because if it's not, then the colours will be on top. It's like that. It goes over the line, so you don't want that. You want to make sure that the colours layers are below, stacked below, and they're on the right layers, as I say, like clothes on top of skin, things like that. The layers should be stacked accordingly too, but the line art of anything, either the whole image or the parts, should be on, you know, above the colours for those parts or those things. Let me just show you one more thing very, very quickly. As if we're not going through a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna do any line art this time. I'm just gonna do a shape. I'm gonna just draw a face. Alright, and this time I'll just do it all on one layer. Just do a guy. Okay. Some guy. Okay, just gonna do that. And we'll give him some blue hair. Slightly darker hair, I think. Can't really see the guy's nose because there's no line art. I could have done lines. It would have made no difference if I'd have lines here or not. Okay. In fact, I'll do that to show you. Okay. No, I'll do lines on another layer just to show you thin lines, just to make it simple. Black lines. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. Just do the lines. Just pretend that I pre-drew this with lines. Okay. That's the guy's hair, believe it or not. He's got no ears, this guy. I'll draw around the mouth just to have a mouth and eyes, just so you can see that. And then this time I'm going to do the colouring for everything, even the eyes and the mouth. I wouldn't usually do that, but I'm going to do a line to show you where the nose is. Now, if there were no lines in this, Mr. Potato Head, yo, as you know, I'm saying that if there was no lines, then you wouldn't see the nose details. It's just there, and the only detail you'd see is from the light itself. So let's just do a light. This time I'm going to have a light shining from the top, a strong light. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate the color layer which is below, and I'm going to make this much brighter. Move this away so we can see. Much brighter, actually, like that. And I'm not going to erase from the light to show the shadow below. I'm going to move this lighter layer below the dark one, just the way I like to do it, and then reveal the lights coming straight down. We're not looking straight down on this character, mind you. We're looking at a funny angle, more like straight almost, but I'm going to still do it so that the light is coming from the top. Okay, so we're doing that from the actual top, so imagining that his forehead is somewhat coming out, you know, not too much. Maybe the tops of his eyes, I don't know, there you didn't need to do that, but the top of the nose most certainly, and the top of these cheeks, you see. And there's nothing much else to do. I mean, you could have a bit of the chin if his chin is sticking out, but I don't know if it is or not, and that brings some shape, you see. And that's basically all you need to do, see. If the light now is more on the front, we could have it more on the front. Let's just turn that light so it's more on the front. Okay, now let's just see, more on the front but not covering the whole thing. Maybe it's a small light or something. We've got to have a bit of a shadow. Maybe this light just literally finishes about there, you see. So that's another thing. So that's not a beard, excuse me. It's not a beard, it's just I repainted that in there. It looks like a beard, but it's actually the light that's doing that, okay, see? So if I was to do it a different way now, let's just do some light from a different direction. I could have light on the side, okay, so let's imagine the light on this side. Hold on, something. Light on this side, like, you know, where am I? Hold on, guys. Eraser, sorry, yeah. So the light's on the side, okay, so the light's maybe like directly on the side like that. We're not going to see too much, right? If I do more now, it's like cover, it's like here. You see, and that's okay, and then you just gradually put it across. If you go more now, that's going to be more there. I was going to say that you might have like a little bit of shadow from the nose, you see. But the nose is going to be like that, something on the side, see. But then you might say, no, the whole thing, excuse me, is and shadow up to there. So you're really imagining this as a round thing, and you see how I follow the lines too. Like I go around. Okay, if the line, what about the light? If the light's coming from the bottom, the light's coming from the bottom, so under here maybe. Okay, maybe under the nose. You can't really see that from there, but just under here, really. That's all you're gonna have. That's all we're really gonna have. You know. We're not seeing under the chin there, so yeah, maybe a bit of light in under the eyes there. I don't know. It depends if that's sticking out. You see, you can understand the shape of this. But you know, the thing is, if I was to go straight across like that, it looks okay if you look quickly, but it's not the right thing. You see, even like just across there. See. It doesn't look right. It's got to go like, it's got to follow the shape of the face and the nose and wherever we're at. You know, it's got to, you know, follow the shape. The same way as the light on those two red balls here do. These two red big balls here I drew. See how the lights are wrapping around, especially that shaded one, especially on the left. But that's basically what you would do. You just imagine where the shapes are, you know, and how much of the light and how big the light is, you know, as well. And sometimes you can have like a scene like, let me just show you. Let me just go back for 1 second. Remember, like I said, okay, this, even if we don't have line art, is the same, okay? So it's the same. Remember that, okay? So if I draw a bit of shadow in for that, you see, you get the idea, right? It's the same thing, right? You get a bit on the chin there, so you understand the light's coming from the top, right? Understand that. If this is on the side, let's say it's directly on the side now, it's literally only on the side. On this here, You see, I might want to have some shadow in there as well. Put a bit of dark to draw something in, I don't know, on the side of the nose, and then a bit of on the side there. You could do that if you wanted to, you know. I'm just doing that just to show you, but it's working with light, you know. And then remember, like I said, you can have that highlight too if you wanted to have a highlight. You know, you can have a highlight too. It's coming from this angle now. Okay, so we're just doing a strange angle here, just only on part of the guy's face, maybe. Just about there, just literally about there. Someone's shining a little small torch on just that area of his face, and we could have like a, as I say, a lighter version of this. A bit too light, I know, but I'm just saying you could have like a highlight, you know. Excuse me. Truly is a highlight. A little bit of an extra light. I'm just saying. It's not perfect what I've done there. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Please excuse me for these terrible advertisements popping up on the screen and shit. Terrible. Stupid advertisements that pop up with just random stuff. Yeah, before I do go, one more thing. Remember where lights are. You may have like more than one light source in the scene. There might be different lights, you know, as well, different kinds of lights. So let's have a look, okay. Let's imagine we have a dark scene, okay, like it's night time. And in the room, we use a dark, like bluish kind of sort of colour. Could be a yellow or anything, orange. But you see, I can just imagine now a face, right? You may want to have like two eyes showing in the dark, just to have them in. You may want to have like blue even. It depends, you know. I might have white. It depends what I'm going to do. Let's say I'm going to have white eyes though, okay. Or black pupils. Just the face in the dark. And I may literally want to show where some light's coming from. So let's imagine we've got a window over here or something, and it's like night time outside. This is a very dark room. Okay, a very dark room. And we have a window, just a classic window. Put a moon in the sky, maybe not too bright. I know, a little bit of a moon or something there, okay. But this guy is in the room, okay, and we're going to show that. You see, and I'm going to put the lights coming from this side of the room, right on the other side, right, so you know that. So I'm going to have light here, and like, the more light I want to have, the more I can have, but you see, and I'm just using that to imagine where the shape is, a bit under his, maybe on his shoulder here, see, maybe on the hand, on the fingers, on the side here. See, this is here and this, you know, and that's there. That's about there, you know. I know it's not the best. Sorry about the advertisements, they're disgusting, I know. So we got a bit on the hair there, or bits of the hair just hanging down, you see. And just imagining where these details are. Bit on this cheek here, maybe you see. Again, might be there, little thin bits and stuff, but nothing major. Maybe there's a chair in the room and we can see a bit of light on the side of the chair as well, maybe just under here, little areas, maybe a desk or something, you know. And that, and you can see how just from this alone we're getting this view here. You can see where the light's coming from. If I go with a very light, or let's say opacity one here, I could literally do lines. I'll do another layer, I think, full opacity brush, low opacity layer, and we'll just do that so you can imagine where the light's coming from, you see. Could even do that. It's not right exactly, but you get the idea, see. You know, the light's coming in, it could be like, I could do it like different. I could use this spray one, as I say, just like that spray brush, just gradual like that, give some effect there. I don't know. See, And you can even do highlights on that if you wanted to too. But you're just understanding the shapes of things, you see, where the light's hitting certain shapes and casting shadow on the other side or whatever. You know, and just working things out, you know, basically. So again, like things like glows as well, you can like a glow from the moon. That's really too bright though. If it was really like a UFO shining the lights on him to come and get him from the windows, or the police are after this guy, you know, you might have something like that. Maybe very misty in here. We just don't know whether the lights hitting the mist or the fog, or whatever the hell it is, you know. Just getting your basic understanding, you know. Wow, what an effect. I'm just saying, you know, like you could have certain things, you know. And you could have, like, you know, certain things. I'm not going to go too detailed about it. You can imagine like doing like little lines and stuff to show. With any brush, it could be like a straight, you know, normal brush. I'm just saying, normal pen, like, you know, sort of on here, like that if you wanted to, or lower opacity, depends. Or things that are more in the line, see, to get that shine. Things that are more directly in the light. If it was like reflecting light, like from the glass of the windows, you'd be better to have the light on the other side of the windows, I think, where it's reflecting from the other side. If we were outside that window, we'd see that. See. Yes, sometimes we're working with, like, what do you call it, negative space or negative stuff, like you're working with what isn't there, you know. Let's give you that. So let's say, for example, I draw a tree scene. Okay, let's imagine we draw like a scene. We'll have two. Okay, we'll have two, and we'll have a tree. I'll just go like this. Okay, some ground, and there's a tree. Okay. Okay, a tree, right? Looks a bit like a hand, but so let's imagine now, you know, or how about this? Okay, let's imagine, so you know what I'm saying? Like I could have like an erase. I could erase certain areas to reveal a tree, if that makes sense. Like it's just the space that makes it seem like there's a tree there. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. See, this space that makes it seem like there's a blue tree in the field. See, you see, so you're getting. I'm just giving you an idea there. I'm just trying to say, see. You know, I could erase some of this here. This, I have two layers. I have a dark grey and a light grey. So let's erase some of that light grey to show, you know, the house, you know. That was there. You know what I mean? Do a couple of windows in it and a door. Just erase things to show this is the pathway here and the door leading to the haunted house or whatever it is, you know. And you just do whatever you want. You can work with perspective. When you understand things, you'll start to be able to work with all kinds of perspective, understanding the 3D, and you'll be able to like just scribble and stuff. Understand that the things in the foreground are bigger and the things that are further away are this way, and the house is tipping over like a big massive cube for some reason. You know, and you understand how to actually do that, you know. You understand that, you know, like this. Here's the house, you know, like a bright yellow, bright red or whatever there, behind this tree. So I shouldn't have drew over that line, but you see, and there's the door here, and the window here, two windows there. And you know, there you are. You've got the whole understanding, see? Especially when we understand, you know, the sphere and all that. See, you know what I'm saying? This is it here. See, you got this side of that top and that. See, and this ground is here. This goes smaller, is further away. It's a plane. This tree is in this part of this. This trim might be here. Is in this part of the area. You know, the shadow of this might be underneath here. There's a red shadow for some reason. This part of this is in darkness. This part of this sphere. You see? It all comes into play. You might have a red light on the side of this tree, or whatever the hell it is. You know, a different colour, or maybe not, or a dark shadow, or casting a shadow of itself on the ground as well. Don't forget, and pieces of it onto other pieces. This part's in the light. We'll just give it a bit of a highlight. There. We'll give some 3D depth. You might want to use some little lines too, like to indicate detail on the tree and stuff, like dark and light. The dark helps show the light, and the light helps shows the dark, as I say. You know. And there we go, and I'll say thanks for watching this one. I'm going to stop this video here, and you take care of yourself now. Thank you very much for watching.